Hello there, Internet and creatures of the beyond. Today, we are going to do something interesting. An isometric something, we shall see. So basically, isometric means that all sides are not equal, but they're symmetric. So we will not have a perspective, although we can play with perspective later on if we want. But for now, I installed some nice surprises. It's probably gonna be short today because I'm just gonna set it up. I'm just gonna plot how the base will look like. So we're gonna make a room with furniture and whatever inside. And this is gonna be our base. So I created this. This doesn't look like much right now, but how do we work with this? Well, the idea is to activate our grids and go. Oh, I need to activate the grid like this. There. So now we have all the directions of the diagonal. We're gonna do this is a 45. No, it's not a 45. I think it's, or maybe it is a 45. I can't remember. Anyway, uh, I think it is a 45 degree. So this will be the floor, and with this we shall create the rest. So in order for us to do that, let's just duplicate our beautiful thing. I'm having snapped enabled, and we're just gonna go somewhere like this high. Let's do a different color, and this is just to give us a basic idea of where we're going to put our walls. So we're gonna go back to our beautiful corners. Bam, bam, bam. Everything is easy. Everything is superb. So, okay, this is one wall. Let's make it grayish. And I'm gonna probably go with the second wall over here. I'm gonna end it up here. And this one is gonna be a little darker, just so we have an idea of what we're working with. And I think we don't need you anymore in this situation. Let's see how it looks. So, oh, this is a little bit distracting with that red. Let me make it a little lighter. Well, maybe this isn't helping us too much. Let's try to. We're gonna see these seams. We're gonna fix them later. But for now, our mind is going to play tricks on us. Because it's gonna look like the cube is floating in the air, but it's actually the corner we're focusing right here. This intersection is where the edge of the room will be. The center of the room will be. Well, not the center. I don't know. This is the focal point. That's the main point. So in order for us to kind of create this illusion of depth, even though the isometric is killing my brain right now, and I'm having difficulty to think that this is not the bottom of the square, this is the floor. So in order for us to do that, let's activate our grid again, and let's create more geometry. So I'm gonna do the thickness this thick, I think. Now, if you're having issues not knowing if you're doing the right angles and so on, you can always use the wait, how do I set it up correctly? Maybe I need to disable this. Oh yeah, no, I know. Where is the other handler? Sorry. So if we're gonna set up the handler here, we see that it's not helping us very much. Maybe like this. So it's 180 degrees. This should be, oh gosh, this is complicated. We have a problem. Why am I having this problem, I wonder? Okay, so 0 is here for some reason. So if we go on the opposite, it should be 180. Yeah. Oh, it's angling this side. Well, the idea is for us to know that we are on the correct path. So if I go like, I see, I'm not in the center. So this is weird. 30, 90, 0, 90. So it's okay. Everything is working as intended. I still need to learn how to use this tool adequately because it's doing all sorts of shenanigans. Anyway, the point is that our angles are right, are okay. Um, Let me disable all of our. We have some strokes here which we do not need, so let's remove those. Okay, so this is ending here, but that's a problem. So let's re-enable our thing. This will, I think this should end somewhere here. We can change those things. Let's make it a little darker. We can change the nodes to move wherever we want. But first, let's get an idea of how thick we want the wall to be. So this should be in an angle. So I think around here. I think we shall see. Another neat trick to just kind of know that you got the correct angle is to just go with these nodes and just pull them out. If they connect, that means it works. Perfect. So I think we can push these two nodes from here to here. Well, the more you zoom in, the more the easier it is to kind of get how much you have to work on the grid. And now we kind of start to see the seams. The seams. But those have an easy fix. Don't worry about those. Don't you worry, child. Everything is gonna be all right. Okay, so this, and this. Maybe a tiny darker, just to get an idea of what we're working with. So we're gonna do the same here. This one, I think we can just do it from one element because it's the top side. And these walls are kind of combining each other. And voila, we have the thickness. Let's look at it. Okay, so this makes a little bit more sense now for us. Okay. Oh, the cool thing that I've discovered. Let's just say I'm gonna get a texture for the floor. Wood floor. So let's get something that's a little longer. Yeah, something like this. Okay. Oh, it's a BMP. Ah, well, I need to save this as a JPEG. And let's try to import it now. Okay, that kind of worked. We'll have to enlarge it a bit. Now, let's do something amazing here. I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna make it empty, and I'm gonna put a border, a stroke. Let's just make the stroke more obvious. Let's make it a 4 or maybe a 10, just for us to get the idea of what we're looking at. And now if I select this with this, and this is a third-party extension, but you'll find it released on the internet. It's called extension, sorry, raster perspective, sorry. And I go raster perspective. We wait a little bit, and voila. Unfortunately, it did not do what I was thinking it would do. I think we need to put it on the side. It's like this. I mean, yeah, technically I can kind of sort of trick it like this, but you see it's already deforming the raster too much and it looks fake. So yeah, let's kind of play around with this thing again. Okay, wait. Oh, well, I think it works without removing that. So let's try again. Raster extension raster. I think the author said that, yeah, the orientation matters. So let's see if sorry about that. If it says like 1, 2, 3, 4, and now if I try to go like this, I haven't played too much with it, so hey, why it's not working? Jeez Louise. Filter. No, extension. Perspective. Okay, this is starting to look weird for some reason. Things are not going as planned. Okay, so let's try again. So I want to do like this, like whoa, sorry. Like this, like this, and like this. And let's make it empty inside. We're gonna get it, don't you worry, guys. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So, oops. So this creates a secondary raster. So in our situation, we have to remove this because it's not helping us. So we have to re-enable this thingy. And now we go 1. The orientation and placement of the nodes matter for some reason for this to work. I don't know. It's programming stuff. I don't know what exactly is the magic behind it, but we shall find out pretty soon. So again, extension, raster perspective, and gosh. I'm gonna cry. Well, it's not that it looks bad on this side, but I just... Maybe I need to change it to start from this corner. 1, 2, 3. Come on, get it, get it. Okay. Well, get it this time. We didn't do anything. Oh, this is sad. I think I didn't connect the... Why are you murdering me like this? Okay, let's try something else. And again. Bam, 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 bam. And now let's remove the bottom one. Let's re-add our graphics. So this one with this one. And perspective. I don't have much experience. Okay, okay, that worked. Let's be happy with what we have. Did I put it right though? Sorry. Well, looks like it's right on spot. So let's get rid of the excess material. And I think I'm gonna keep it like this. So, what else can we do? Oh, one important thing. We have this seam. You guys can see it probably. This white line. In order to avoid this, we're just gonna create extra geometry. So I'm just gonna go somewhere like this, push it like this, go again like this, push it like this, and now it's all a matter of how we layer it. We just need to put it a bit behind. There we go. And now if we zoom out, no more line. And I'm kind of thinking of something interesting here. The top is not gonna change too much, but this side, this is the base. The base is kind of distracting in the sense that the walls are sitting on the floor, obviously. And let's try to fix this as well. I think we can escape with just only 1 point. Why not? Why not? We're smart. We can do it with 1 point. This one needs to be... Oh, that looks interesting. But it's a bit distracting, so I'm just gonna set it at the end. I think it can be at the back, at everything. So I was thinking of doing something smarter here, but let's see. Let's see how this looks. So I want some extra geometry here. Maybe I'm too zoomed in. Let's remove this one for now so it doesn't bother us. Okay, something like that. That looks good. And mm, actually thinking to add an extra element. So let's move these two things up. And I want more geometry here. Uh, and even more geometry. Oh, come on. One more. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this one like this. Let's see. Just give it like that element that it's connected to it. This way it doesn't feel just like a straight line slashing through the base of the wall. There is like a hinge, a something that connects through it, like a little puzzle or like a little Lego. So I shall apply the same principle here. And more geometry, please. This one isn't perfectly aligned. More geometry. And I don't know how long did I make those two. I kind of went a full... So they're right around here, I think. Let's save our thingy. So I said that this should be around here. We're gonna push it here. More geometry here. I don't know, is this too... okay, which one did I edit? This one or this one? Okay, so why is this one not on top of this one? That is interesting indeed. Let's... Okay, there we go, we fixed it. So let's try to analyze. This one is a little longer. This one is less, so perhaps we need to push these corners more. Like this, like this. Yeah, yeah, I can survive with that. We're probably going to change the color of this later on because that's a lot. I don't see a seam between these two, but just to be sure, I'm just gonna create the extra geometry. Actually, you know what? Just gonna try to be sneaky and just do it with a 3-point. Oops. I think that shall work. I think. I don't know. I'm not sure this is gonna produce anything for now. But there is one more element that we have to take into account. We will need a window. And I'm not particularly sure what type of window. I'm looking at some references here off screen because I don't want to clutter the workspace. So I'm thinking of putting something like a mirror, something with reflection here. We shall see. Most of the isometric rooms that most people make, they're just like a square, a cube. So I tried to elongate the room to give it more space so we can have more things to play around and to see what we can do with the lighting and the shadows. Really curious how this will look on the texture here. And I'm gonna probably going to add more texture on this wall and this wall as well, because we can't create texture in as a vector, but in my opinion, it's not worth it because it's gonna be a lot of extra work that's really not worth it. Okay, I just realized one more thing here. Let's just put this like this. Let's also create this one just in case. And this one just, oh, this one is already here. I'm gonna remove this because we're gonna go with the 3-point thing. So I'm just gonna move this up here. I don't know, it feels a little bit more easy to work with 3 points instead of 4. Now I just need to move this behind. And there we go. And that has solved all of our problems. No more problems. Okay, so now let's focus on the window. I'm not sure, should I go with a big window or a smaller window? Okay, we can I think I'm gonna remove geometry from this one. Let's see. Although there are other ways to do it, but I feel like removing the geometry is much better. So we're just gonna punch a hole through it. Get ready to be punched. So I feel like this is enough. Somewhere like over here, I think. Yeah, we got it. We nailed it. Since we're not playing with perspective, although I would pull this, oops, sorry, I would pull this to a little more to kind of have equal spacing here. Kind of like this shape. I don't know, maybe we'll play around and see if we can remove some stuff. Technically I don't want to be destructive, but since this is vector, we can kind of, oh well, first of all, let's duplicate this. Let's move it. Well, that didn't work as expected. Let's move it a little like this. Just to have an idea of the thickness. And now we can punch the hole. And now all we have to do is just create the extra geometry here, here. I'm gonna go directly with 3 points so I don't have to spend time afterwards. Well, I can technically go up, but whatever. Like this and like this. So this is gonna be, I don't know, something like this. Let's remove the thing. Let's go underneath it with it. And I also need to add one more here. So the same applies. Bam, 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 bam. Maybe a tiny bit darker, just to have an idea. And technically, I could have made it in one swoop, but I think it's better to have it separately if we're gonna play with if we're going to play with the lighting. So we can remove this rough outline. And this one needs to be behind the bottom one. And let's look at it. Well, it looks okay. I think we might need an extra frame, so let's I'm gonna keep this one for now. So I know how to manipulate the interior a little bit better, because I might need something to kind of give it a bit of thickness. It's just a hole in the wall right now, so it doesn't feel too great. Oops. Save. Okay, I am starting to see a problem here. Yeah, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. Ha. Well, we got... Well, what can you do? We have to make the extra geometry. It doesn't work the way I thought it would. We can still see the lines if we're not careful. So 3 is not enough. And 3 is not enough, it seems. Well, it's an easy fix. It's nothing to cry over. At least right now it's nothing to cry over. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, something like that. What's this though? I created the extra geometry here as well. Well, we don't need you anymore. You're unwanted. Well, technically, I could just push. Let's remove this and this. And well, let's just keep kind of like what we were doing earlier. I think that should look okay. Okay, where else do we need to do some fixes here? So like this and like this. Let's see. Do I have lines at the bottom? No. And here. For some weird reason, when you hide the grid, it's just not snapping anymore as when you have the grid on. So I'm not entirely sure if it's a separate grid that's activated, but well, I think this one works. But just to be sure, I'm gonna move it lower like this, and also move it lower like this, and that solves all of our problems. All of it. Okay, I'm gonna save. Yeah, right now it doesn't look like much, and probably we can do some more enhancements. Let's see. Technically this one can be connected with this one, but maybe not, because we're gonna pretend we don't have a roof. So if we do not have a roof, we can maybe put some lighting going from the top and illuminate this edge and keep this one in the shadow. I think that would make sense. Sorry about that. Yeah, I kind of feel like that makes sense, and I can kind of make this edge of the same element. Well, we can do a second combination here, but I think that would be an overkill. But so let's say the top one is kind of lit up like this, and or maybe we can go full lit up like, well, that's too much, like this, maybe a little less. We're gonna play with the colors, don't worry about that. This one is gonna be sort of dark like this. And I think we can... Oh, sorry. Come on, select the other one. The other one. So we can sort of see where we have our elements. I don't want light here, so this one can be the same color as this. Starting to see an issue here. This is why it's nice to have extra read all about it. Extra geometry, because we know, oops, what needs to be fixed. Okay, so that fixes that, and we can do the same here. And that fixes that. Okay. Let's save. And obviously we have the same color here, so I don't know. I can... No, no, no. This one needs to be... Oh. So this one needs to be sort of like this, but let's try to give it a hint of less coloring so we can see this element over here. Okay, I see another problem here. Hey, I created on both of them. Well, excuse me, I didn't know. Okay, that's fixed. Although this one could have been one element here. Which is probably better if I'm gonna combine it. Less vectors. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I did anything wrong here. I don't want to have overlapping vectors. Okay, so we can play with the gradients now. Go a little lighter. And the top one can go... Top one can go even more light. I kind of like... Well, this is not the color we're gonna end up with. This is just for the placeholder, so we can sort of see where we're going towards. Sorry. I'm catching a cold. And let's create something. Let's do a background here in all the way back. And let's make it, I don't know, sort of a brownish color. Darker brown. Maybe a little mute. Even muter. Sort of like this creme color. Maybe a little bit more red. It's getting there, I feel it. I feel it. This is more or less just for us to kind of see the lighting better. I think I'm gonna stop here because I need to prepare for next time. I need to get more textures and to kind of see where well, I also need to learn a little bit more of the orientation of how the textures are being placed in the perspective with that extension. And I still need to plot something. So sometimes I just need to take a break to just reorganize my thoughts, take a shower, get new ideas, invent new stories of what my room will be about and who's gonna live there and if we pay rent or not, if it's gonna be fancy, if it's gonna be in the middle of the town, if we're gonna get any visitors, stuff like that. Yeah, for now I'm just gonna leave it here. Well, thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed this session and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya. Bye 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 bye.